We have had the pleasure of living in Portugal for 5 months, and I've noticed 49 things that I think are a little different compared to where we used to live in the United States. These are not criticisms, they're just differences.
I don't like to focus on differences, but I know there have been some interesting things that you've noticed, and I don't disagree with the observations. At least I don't think I disagree with most of them. I haven't heard them all yet.
There's a lot of weird ones, so let's get going. Okay, honey, there's a couple here that are just based on appearances, things I've noticed about what things look like in Portugal. Number one is the tiles on all the buildings.
Oh, the oh. I know they have a name, and it's like Aluzejos. I think azulejos. They're gorgeous.
I'm quite impressed with that, honey.
You should not be impressed with how I said that.
Are you ready for number two?
Yes.
There's a very distinct sidewalk style in Portugal. I think they call it calçada. I looked it up. I don't know if I pronounced that right.
Portuguesa calçadas.
It's like no matter what city we've gone into, the sidewalks are just like that. Honey, time to talk about some food. Number three, pumpkin bread is savory.
Definitely not super sweet. I don't know how savory it is though, but it's definitely, I don't know, in the center right of the spectrum, if left is super sweet and right is super savory.
Honey, I consider myself a pumpkin bread aficionado, and it's savory here. It is not like the pumpkin bread in the United States.
Well, it's not like the pumpkin bread in the United States, but it's not entirely savory. You know, it's not like bacon or onions or, you know, like there's a spectrum.
I don't know. Yeah, it's savory. Number four, bread is often too fat or too tall for the toaster. So many times that's happened. Has it happened for you?
No. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Fortunately, I have footage. Let's switch it up. Let's go someplace else. Come on. Number five, you see a lot of hard-boiled eggs on sandwiches here in Portugal.
The first sandwich we ate had a hard-boiled egg on it.
It was pretty good though. I like it. I'm finding that I like hard-boiled eggs a lot more than I thought I did. These next few, they're about grocery stores because I've noticed a lot of things about grocery stores. Ready?
Ready.
Number six, grocery stores have a lot of fish.
Oh, that they do. Especially the Continente and every place but the Apollonia. Like Apollonia has a lot of fish, but it's not.
They have a fish section.
Well, Hy-Vee has a fish section back home, but the fish sections here are larger.
They're the real deal. Number seven, they have these large, huge slabs of cured meat just hanging there for your purchase. They don't have that in the States that I've noticed.
Where it's like hanging above?
Yeah, well, it's like hanging on a shelf close to the meat section. Huge ones. We're talking big time.
See, I haven't gotten deli meat while we've been here. Yeah. You've always done that, so I haven't really paid attention.
Number eight, when you get a shopping cart, which you don't always do because they have different kind of carts here, but that's not the difference. Shopping carts have 4 turning wheels instead of just 2. Did you notice that?
No.
Super maneuverability. Portuguese have it made.
So their shopping carts are superior to those in the United States.
In the United States, you can only and then one's always wobbly in the United States too. Not here. Number 9, they have some really weird sea creatures for sale at the grocery stores. Yeah, and I know that could have gone into the fish section, but.
Although if we lived in California instead of Minnesota, would we have seen that more?
I don't know. This is just a difference I've noticed being in Portugal. So
all right.
That's the rule. Number 10, lots of hot dogs in jars.
That is so different. That I noticed and pointed out to you and said, honey, you've got to see this.
It's crazy. Wow, they just like their hot dogs in jars. Number 11, we thought this was odd. Grocery stores are in malls.
I think it's brilliant. I don't think it's odd. I mean, think about it, United States, you've got malls losing department stores. If you put a grocery store in there, then you help people do all of their errands more efficiently and you compete better with, like, say, Amazon. When we go to the grocery store, I can also stop at the Sephora, get whatever makeup item I need, go to the Body Shop, get whatever shampoo it is that I want or whatever, and do all of those other little errands all in the same location. I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think you have become a retail consultant for the United States.
You're all welcome, and I expect to be paid.
Number 12, all the packaging is in Portuguese. Now, that's obvious, right? But the thing you don't think about is bring your glasses, because you're gonna do a lot of reading when you're shopping.
All of the large print packaging is. Now, so long as you bring your glasses with, instead of looking for EN, you've got to look for the GB because it's Great Britain for where it's in English. And it is in seriously small print. But there's often like 10 different languages on the back of that packaging. I don't know if it's like a European Union rule or if, you know, these places are going, well, we're sending our products to all of these different countries. We're going to have all of those languages on the product.
Number 13, there's a lot of, I'm gonna read this here. There's a lot of bacalhau grotto. And I don't know if I said that right, but it's essentially dried cod. You see that everywhere. We haven't tried it. We're not that adventurous. Number 14, a lot of grocery stores use virtual line management technology.
I have not noticed this. I do not know what it is.
There's a voice out there telling you what aisle to go into or what checkout lane to go into. And then there's a big screen informing you on where to go.
Caixa 25.
That's the name I came up with for it. Number 15, there are white strawberries in Portugal.
I believe there are white strawberries in other places as well. I haven't seen them in person before myself, but I have seen them on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like a thing now.
I was in Portugal the first time I saw it, so that's different, right? Number 16, there are automated garage door-like doors in the grocery stores.
Where?
At Apollonia.
Automated garage-like doors.
Yeah, you know, like the doors that go to the stock room in the grocery store in the United States, they're the swingy doors, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, here they're like automated garage doors. They go up, they go down
What
automatically.
do you do while I'm grocery shopping? Clearly, when I'm like, what happened to Chris? I thought he was going to go and get this and be helpful.
Yeah, well.
I know what you've actually been doing now.
I noticed that difference. That was like, wow. Number 17, there's not a lot of sliced pickles, or even pickles for that matter. Pickles aren't a big deal here. At least it doesn't seem like they are.
And Chris has developed a craving for pickles.
It's been weird. 'Cause-
So we pay a lot for them.
and when I find them, they're so good. They're really good. Best pickles I ever had, except for my mom's pickles.
I was just gonna say,
Mom, you make good pickles. You should keep making them, please. Number 18, there is no pumpkin pie filling whatsoever in the grocery stores in Portugal.
Caixa 12.
there's pumpkin jam. So I'm in this Bake and Tell group on Facebook, and a gentleman on there told me that the only place near us to get pumpkin pie filling is in Spain, in like Seville, Spain, which is about 3 hours away. To go to the Costco there in the fall, and that's when I can find and purchase it. But like in the States, it's always available.
everywhere.
If suddenly my guy goes, I want some pumpkin pie, honey, I can go to the store and get it. But
I miss pumpkin pie.
ooh, there's a bee.
Bee.
Bees! Bees in the car! Bees everywhere! God, they're huge! They're ripping my flesh off!
Number 19, meat sliced for you at the deli is presented to you with a wood spoon.
I have not gone to the deli. I cannot speak to this.
It's the weirdest thing. They like, you're like, I'll take 200 grams of the corned beef, and then they'll go and they'll bring it to the machine and they'll slice it, and then with this little fancy wood spoon, they'll present the slice to you as, is this good? And then I go, yeah, but it's just like, what a neat way to present the slice to me. Good slice presenting technology here in Portugal.
Good slice presentation skills.
Yes. Number 20, a lighter fluid is not lighter fluid. What you use in the United States to start a fire to grill is lighter fluid. They don't have lighter fluid here. They have these little cubes that are quite flammable, and that's what you use. Number 21, charcoal is not charcoal here in Portugal. So we're used to the little charcoal nuggets. When you open up the charcoal and pour it out, they're all the same shape. Not here. You pour it out and it basically looks like they burnt down a house and then like shoveled up all the
Remains?
the remains, the embers, and threw them in a bag and said, that's your charcoal. At least that's what it seems like here. Number 22, a lot of grocery stores have orange juice robots. It's pretty cool. If you want fresh squeezed orange juice, there's a machine that can do it for you. It's quite awesome. Well, that's easy. Number 23, milk is not refrigerated here.
It is not.
You can find some, but most of it's up on the shelf in the dry area. The dry
Oh,
goods
really?
area. Yeah. We don't drink a lot of milk, but
Oh, yeah, I don't buy milk.
the last grocery store one on my list, number 24, fruits taste amazing here in Portugal.
They do strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, bananas.
It's like an explosion when you eat like a blueberry or, it's good. Let's shake it up. Let's move.
Hold on, honey. I may not have noticed it on the milk, but on eggs, I have noticed that those are never refrigerated. They're always in some random spot.
So are you kind of getting into the groove of wanting to contribute to the differences of places that we live?
No.
That was one. That was a difference. That was. Number 25, fire blankets. They have them here.
Well, they have them in the United States, too.
But I've never seen a fire blanket as a safety measure. You know, you see fire extinguishers, but I think it's a requirement here to have a fire blanket if it's a rental.
When my daughter was like 4, she started a fire. And my first thought was of Pa in Little House on the Prairie putting out a fire with like a blanket type thing. So I grabbed a blanket and I put out the fire and it worked.
So, but it wasn't like a fire blanket that we have found here.
No,
Okay,
no,
all
it
right.
was just a blanket. And happily the fire was small yet, but
So-
yeah.
So I wonder if the government agencies here used to watch that show, and that's where they got the idea. Number 26, haircuts can be lonely. And why do I say that?
Because you're shy.
Well, but I've never had problems in the United States when I have a haircut. I'm always talking a lot to the stylist. But here, there's a great chance you're, going to be talking to someone where English isn't their first language. The stylist I have now, she's awesome and she does a really good job. But I feel like, I'm afraid to try to talk because she might not understand me. So,
Now I see the same stylist and she and I have extensive conversations.
maybe,
So I think that's just a
Yeah.
Chris thing.
maybe she just thinks I'm boring. Maybe I am boring.
No.
Number 27, there are no shootings in Portugal.
Guns are allowed. They're not
It just-
against the law, but
The thing about it is I haven't heard anything. I haven't read anything. So it's just been nice. So I just thought I'd point that out. Number 28, pharmacies and filling prescriptions. A lot different in Portugal.
way faster, way better.
Yeah.
Definitely. I definitely love the process much more.
Yeah, it's quite nice. In association with that, number 29, drugs are a lot less expensive here in Portugal as well.
That they are. Do you know how much we saved when we got our supplies?
Not exactly, but it was a lot. I'm thinking hundreds and hundreds of dollars we saved. Number 30, seeing people naked here, it doesn't seem to be that big a deal.
You didn't get footage of naked people, did you?
Oh yeah, tons of it. Here it all is. No, we've been on the beach and lo and behold, that woman has no shirt on. We don't see a lot of that in the United States. We don't see any of it really.
No, one time in Austin.
Yeah.
That's how memorable it is in the United States
Yeah.
and how rare it is.
Yeah.
Whereas here it's like, oh, well, we might see some naked folks at
Yeah.
the beach and, well, you just kind of get used to it.
We should try it, shouldn't we? It's still too scary. Another observation I thought was kind of funny where it's like, well, seeing a naked person, no big deal. The locker room that I had at the gym that we were going to, anybody could just open the door and then if you were changing, bam, everybody could see it. Everybody in the hallway would be able to see it. So it's not like they try to we better protect and make sure that no one can see into this locker room.
No, I became a master at hanging up my gym bag in such a way that I was able to keep my clothing dry in the shower and using the shower in
you
such
did
a
it
way that I could completely change in the shower.
I embraced it and I just said, if they open the door, they're gonna see something exciting. So that's what I did. Okay, number 31. It is warm, cold here. So we grew up in Minnesota, Midwest. It gets really cold. But this winter that we went through, boy, it seemed a lot colder than Minnesota almost, but it was way nicer.
Yes. And, the outdoor weather is great. Inside, though, it's just a little bit like everything's in tile because that helps keep things cool in the summertime, and it makes a lot of sense. So the housing is built for the summer's heat. It's not built for the winter's cold.
Yeah.
And then it probably would have felt warmer to us if we could have used the fireplace.
Yeah.
But my allergies kept us from being able to.
Yeah. So it was something we noticed.
Yeah, we were cold a lot. Gotta do the layers.
Number 32, dryers are rare here. And if you have one, you have to empty water out of it, which I've never had to do that before.
Oh, but your Aunt Pat explained that to me.
Oh, okay.
It's because there isn't any venting going outside. So if you have a situation with a dryer where you don't have the venting going out, then you have the thing that collects all of the moisture in the water, and then you dump that.
Number 33, they have a lot of little beers. Like when you go buy some beer, they have little tiny bottles, 8 ounces. Well, they don't go by ounces, but I thought that was different. You don't see that a lot in the States.
No, I wonder if it has to do with keeping the beer nice and cold.
Number 34, the new cars here don't all have backup cameras. We have a fairly new rental car, and when I put it in reverse, there is no camera.
There is not.
I have to do it the old-fashioned way. Number 35, I don't think there's school buses here in Portugal. I have not seen one yellow school bus in all of our time here.
I have not seen one either.
How do kids get to school in Portugal? Please comment below. Number 36, a lot of the places you go to where you need service have pick a number machines.
Hospitals, government offices, those sorts of places.
Yeah, much more than what I noticed when we lived in the United States. They have them in the United States, but they don't seem to be as prevalent as they are here.
And rather than a person calling out the number, it's clearly on a screen so you can see where you're at in it. And a lot of the times I notice there's a letter and a number. Like, oh, you're needing this kind of help, and this is the number that goes with that, for the different types of forms that might be dealt with in an office.
And it's not like those paper ones in the States that have no technology. These ones have technology. They're backed by computers.
Amazing.
It's super amazing. Number 37, going back to the salon, the haircutting experience. I noticed a lot of men don't go to salons. In fact, I haven't seen a man once since I've been to the salon. I think they go to butchers, not butchers. No, what is the word I'm looking for?
Barber?
Barbers. I think they go to barbers here in Portugal. Number 38, the police are called GNR.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
It's not that the band has a bunch of different vehicles throughout Portugal.
That would be so cool. Oh, we're getting pulled over by Axel. Woo! Yeah, he'd pull you over and give you a beer.
Slash.
He'd play a solo for you. God, that'd be awesome. Number 39, they play bird sounds in restrooms in public places.
And in grocery stores and random spots.
You'll just be doing your business, and all of a sudden there's a bird singing to you. It's like you feel like you're in a Disney movie when you're taking a leak or something. Number 40. Number 40. No way. We're already at number 40. So when you want to go lease a car, they actually call it renting a car. Number 41. The music that they play in restaurants is cover music, cover bands. It's like music, but they're singing. So it's like, that doesn't sound like Paul McCartney. It's a woman singing this Beatles song. Things like that. It'd be like, that's a good song. Well, it's still kind of good, but it's not as good. So I don't know, but we've noticed that in a lot of the restaurants.
Must be a licensing issue.
Probably. Number 42. We've noticed that the trunks of cars have neon vests.
And when we've seen people fixing a tire on the road or something like that, we've seen people wearing those neon vests.
Yep. So it's one of those safety things that they don't have where we come from.
No. Good luck in the States.
Number 43. If you go to a sporting goods store or the sporting goods section, there are no American footballs to be found. Can't find them. Not that I was looking, but I just noticed that. A lot of soccer balls, though, or football balls. Okay, whatever. Number 44. Okay, so you think you're done with your meal, you're ready to go, and all of a sudden, the waiter shows up with these little tiny glasses and he pours you some port.
That's a delightful difference.
Yeah, it's not all the time, but a lot of the times it is, and it's quite nice. We like that. Number 45. If you order a burger, a lot of the times it's not going to come with any bun. It'll say hamburger, and you order it up, and it's like, where's my bun? Then don't do it that way here.
I haven't ordered a burger.
Number 46. I've never seen this before, but they have wine bibs. Like a bib for the bottle of wine. Oh, it's so cool. I want to get into the wine bib business. What do you think? Wouldn't that be fun? We could design our own wine bibs. Number 47. If you order a gin and tonic here, they're always super fancy.
Oh, there's that. And then also there's sometimes saying gin and tonic causes confusion. But if you just say what gin you want, then they go, oh, okay, and bring you a gin and tonic.
Yeah.
And the tonic will coordinate well with the type of gin.
Yes, and then a lot of times they'll have some kind of fruit that they put in it, and it's just, it's quite good. 2 more, honey, and these are probably some of your least favorite things about Portugal. Number 48. You see a lot of dogs in restaurants. Not in the outdoor section, like in the restaurant. We've seen it several times.
And not necessarily customers' dogs. Sometimes it's like the restaurant owner's dog or cat roaming around.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't have said that line there. Because number 49, the last one, you see a lot of cats in restaurants. Yep, cats inside the restaurant, just sitting there looking at you. I don't know if they're purring, but you know, Melissa's allergic to cats, and so she's like, oh, I don't want to deal with you, cat. But if you love cats, and a lot of people do, they'll love it here because a lot of times you'll have a little cat waiter even.
I do think that at the one restaurant, it might be a hypoallergenic cat or something because I haven't actually had an allergic experience there. But I've just gone, please stay away from me. I don't want to.
Well, honey, that's it. That's the 49 things that I could come up with. Again, these are not complaints. These are just things I've noticed.
Observations.
Yeah, observations.
Chris loves making observations. It's like
let
his
us
thing.
know what you think about these observations, or if you have other ones that you've noticed from moving here to Portugal, if you moved here from somewhere else. But thanks. Was that a thumb up, a bump fun, honey?
There we go.
Was that thumb up? We're not going to do another one?
I don't know about that.